Hi Stephanie, we have a question for you. Oh. What is it, Pedro and Edro?
We're about to go to Vyond Stadium and movie theater to watch Happily Never After. Wanna join?
Oh yes, I would love to join you boys. Great. So, come along with us.
Hello, welcome to Vyond Stadium and movie theater. What movie would you like to see?
Can we have 3 tickets to see Happily Never After, please?
Okay, here are your tickets. Enjoy the movie, kids.
Thanks Avco Embassy Pictures. So, Pedro, Edro, are you guys excited for the movie?
Oh yes, Stephanie. So, let's sit tight and watch the cinema, girl.
From the writer who brought you King George and the Ducky comes A Snoodle's Tale.
Welcome to Snoodleburg, home of the Snoodles. A curious folk who eat pancakes with noodles and spend half their days making sketches and doodles and cutting their hair into shapes like French poodles.
From the producers of Lyle the Kindly Viking comes the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Isn't that story a little scary?
Well, sure, if you tell it that way. But if you change things around a little bit, it becomes the story of Dr. Jiggle and Mr. Sly.
And from the creators of classic hits like the Hairbrush song comes the SUV song.
Oh, you and me, in our sport utility vehicles, we'll slam into four-wheel drive for a scoop of rocky road.
They're all part of the latest VeggieTales release, A Snoodle's Tale and Other Stories, now on DVD and VHS. Sunday morning values, Saturday morning fun, from the studios of Big Idea.
So, kiddo, what do you want to do for fun?
Decorate!
Huh?
Stripes are in at BK this season, and fun with the Cat in the Hat is the reason. It's fun to have fun, but you have to know how. Cat in the Hat toys are available now. You can collect the toys if fun's your thing. One in every kid's meal at Burger King.
It's everything you expect in a Disney classic. Disney's 34th animated masterpiece, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Now you and your family can share the magic, the music, and the adventure.
Come with me.
Of one of the best films of the year.
You're a surprising person, Quasimodo.
Bring home this great classic. Look for it now in the Disney section of your store. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Available from Disney only for a limited time.
It's amazing what you get out of a McDonald's Happy Meal.
Jim Rex? What's Jim Rex? Would you believe a movie audience guide presented as a public service by this theater's management to help you select your motion picture entertainment? Well, that's what it is. And we urge you to learn these rating symbols and use them as a guide for you and your family. G means suggested for general audiences, all ages. M, suggested for mature audiences, parental discretion advised. R, restricted, persons under 16 not admitted unless accompanied by parent or adult guardian. X, persons under 16 will not be admitted. This seal in advertising indicates that the film was approved under the Motion Picture Code of Self-Regulation.
Look out, get down. The Darktown Strutters are riding to town. Better move your butt when these ladies strut. I said, what you They're fast as a jet, sharp as Gillette, and what you see is what you get. Darktown Strutters, rated PG.
time to be young. It's the time to be wild. It's the time to be in love. Teenage graffiti, the sign of the times.
What are you doing with yourself now that you've graduated? I want you. I don't care what anybody thinks.
Some trouble. No one does it like the teenagers do it. And they do it all in Teenage Graffiti.
I love love stories, don't you?
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away,
She's a funny little squirt.
a very small girl, no bigger than a thumb,
I wish I were big.
Don't ever wish to be anything but what you are.
had an impossible dream of finding her one true love.
Let me be your only love.
We'll live happily ever after.
But before her fairy prince could claim her heart,
She's gonna marry the fairy prince. Well, perhaps.
she was stolen from her home.
Somebody in the sky.
Who did it? A toad! And lost to a very big world.
I'll find her.
You are going to marry my son?
Oh, no.
Thumbelina! I hear that she loves the fairy prince, right?
Are you really gonna marry the fairy prince? Yes.
Well, then follow your heart. It will lead you home. You're sure to do impossible things.
From the enchanting pages of Hans Christian Andersen's storybook classic and the imagination of Don Bluth, director of An American Tale, comes a magical ride in a world brought to life by the music of Barry Manilow.
Oh, Thumbelina.
I love great romances. Thumbelina. Nothing is impossible if you follow your heart.
A lovely story.
Now you can get everything you ever wanted in a movie. In one movie. You can get high.
Get low.
Get flipped. Get a glow.
Get hot.
Get bizarre.
I'm on!
Get a plane.
Get a car.
Get out.
Get in.
Get religion.
Get sin.
Get caressed. Get undressed.
Get molested.
Get arrested.
Evening, officer.
But most of all, get crazy! Get it while it's hot. Get it if you're not. Come and get it. Get crazy! what Animal House did to college and Airplane did to flying, Get Crazy does to rock and roll. Get Crazy, coming soon to a theater near you.
Maybe I should just try the first line until you're sure that the attitude's right.
I think we need to start laying him down.
Okay, let's try that.
John Cleese, 22, take 1.
We are paying this respected professional.
Any more comments before I start running?
To act like a fraud.
How do I get myself talked into these things?
A frog who thinks he's a prince.
Voila! They called me Your Highness.
Trying to save a swan.
To the rescue, mademoiselle!
A swan who's really a princess.
Princess Toadette.
And that's just for starters. The Swan Princess, featuring the voices of John Cleese.
Sure, go on, John Bob. Race to your death.
Sandy Duncan.
No, it can't be.
Jack Palance.
Had to be sneaky, didn't you?
And Stephen Wright. In a fresh spin on a classic fairy tale.
Odette.
Derek.
A magical, musical, animated adventure. The Swan Princess.
The secret of a successful beer is advertising!
Makes sense.
You are about to enter the dynamic, high-pressured world of advertising.
You're all yes men. Whenever I ask you a question, you're always going to say yes. What good is that? I need men who will tell me what they think. Am I right, Reamer?
Yes.
You're fired. Get out. Don't look back. Press the down button.
Here, creative people team up to exchange brilliant ideas. Ideas that will influence everything from what we drive.
Okay, honey, do your stuff.
To what we put in our mouths.
I don't like it.
All right, then picture this, and how about this? Longer cans.
I hate it.
Smythe, you're the creative director. You got anything you can throw out at us here?
We get a bunch of guys. They work in construction. And after a hard day's work, they reach for some Norbecker beer. They all reach for a beer. Each one gets a beer. Then they hold them up.
Smythe, you're fired. Get out.
Mr. Feamer.
Yes, Miss Tucker, what does the lady executive have to say?
I'm putting together a concept.
And now, you're about to experience more drama.
I will smash Anakin.
And more action than you've ever expected. In a light comedy.
When me and my buddies are drinking Norbecker Pilsner, we don't like being disturbed.
Norbecker Pilsner. Have one, if you're tough enough.
I want macho.
What has beer got to do with being a man?
Alcoholism, divorce, violence in the streets, we're doing great.
You pick the right kind of guys for this sort of thing.
Me and my buddies, case of Norbecker, and let nature take its course.
The commercial over yet, guys?
Those commercials, come on, fellas. They are disgusting. They are degrading. Or are they? Let's find out.
I'm just trying to make a living like everybody else.
So come on, guys, without your Norbeckers.
Beer. The funniest movie ever to come out of a bottle.
Deep in a frozen country, at the far end of the earth, there's an ancient ceremony where a penguin must find the perfect pebble to give to his future bride. And boy, did Hubie find a pebble.
Marina, is that an engagement pebble or what?
Hubie, I love it.
But Hubie's rival Drake has other plans.
Nobody's going to marry a loser like you.
Now give me that pebble.
No, it's for Marina.
Kill me!
Now, fate has taken him to the other side of the world.
I got just 10 days to get back home before the full moon ceremony.
But with the help of a new friend.
Who's for busting out of here? Take me with you!
They'll travel night and day.
Yeah, I give it 2 days tops, and you'll be in the belly of anything from a killer whale to a sardine.
I'm a good swimmer.
You've got "eat me" written all over you.
To try to get back to his true love.
I'm destined to marry Marina.
I'm destined to marry Marina. Yep. And they'll form a friendship.
I think you're fabulous.
You have to gush like that?
That will last forever.
Look how we get along together.
You are incredibly annoying.
I think it's great.
MGM Pictures invites you
to
feel the magic.
This is it!
Everybody knows penguins can't fly.
This is a chance of a lifetime! To fly in a plane, yes!
Share the adventure. And come along on an incredible journey.
Here we go!
The Pebble and the Penguin.
You're either the greatest romantic hero of all time, or you're the stupidest penguin who ever lived.
With the voices of Martin Short.
Goodness glaciers!
Jim Belushi.
I'm flying!
Tim Curry.
Wake up and smell the seaweed.
And the music of Barry Manilow. The Pebble and the Penguin.
Award-winning motion picture producer, Samuel L. Bronkowitz.
I have spent a lifetime in the motion picture industry. Now, after 50 years in Hollywood, I have finally produced what I feel is the finest motion picture ever made. I have called it the Kentucky Fried Movie. The Kentucky Fried Movie heralds the return to traditional values.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
It is a film of heartfelt passion, a great love story.
Oh, take me to the drive-in, prove you love me.
It explores the subtle nuances of interpersonal relationships. Of course, there are occasional moments of comic relief. The Kentucky Fried Movie is a film that demands the greatest performances from the finest actors of the cinema.
Hey, look, Wally. Wally.
I tell you, this building is unsafe.
City's in flames! The National Guard is powerless to deal with the situation. Governor, what are we going to do?
An anticipated 10% price hike across the board on petroleum products.
I invite every man, woman, and child to share with me the joy and warmth of the Kentucky Fried Movie. It will knock your socks off.
One of the year's most enchanting stories is about to bloom. Now, Don Bluth, the director of An American Tale, takes children of all ages on a wondrous and spectacular fantasy adventure that will delight and surprise you. A Troll in Central Park. It all begins when a lovable little troll named Stanley
I won't have him growing any more of those things.
Flowers?
is banished to Central Park by an evil queen.
It feels delicious to be so vicious. I'm Ganoga, the queen of mean.
There, he accidentally comes face to face with a little girl.
Sure.
And her brother Gus.
Who's that?
I'm Stanley. What's your name?
Rosie.
Watch this.
Together, they share a remarkable journey as they experience the incredible magic of Stanley's amazing special powers.
You gotta have a dream.
After them.
Until the evil queen discovered all the fun they were having.
We beat Notre.
Now, you too can enjoy the wonder and enchantment of a friendship that grows and blossoms in a movie that will make your heart sing. A Troll in Central Park. When you believe in yourself, you can do anything.
The day is here, the day we both did fear, to show this love inside, we can no longer hide.
Billy Jack is back. The man who started a cult and became a legend returns in an all-new film. The most powerful, relevant, and eagerly awaited motion picture of our time. The Trial of Billy Jack.
Every one of us, his death is his constant companion. He sits with every one of us every second of our lives, only we're too terrified to really think about that.
This new film reveals the mystic cultures of the past and reflects, sometimes brutally, the decaying society in which we live.
Oh, my, huh? The boys out for a little fun and games? You just decide Saturday night, roll a bus over or two, huh?
Well, something to do.
Yeah. He's going to church, but... Oh, man. He's a big one, Jace. 6'9". 6'9".
Even upon his release from prison, Billy Jack finds a world full of fear and hatred.
You were ordered to disperse. And that means now.
Stay in bed.
But Jean Roberts and her Freedom School give hope for the future.
Don't turn back, Billy Jack. I am crying. Are you dying just for me?
What Jean has really taught us here and in the Child Abuse Center is that everyone has inside of them a fantastic force, and it can really change people once it's unleashed.
Is this what you call nonviolence?
We call it by something much cornier than that.
We call it love.
As long as the laws work one way for the rich and one way for the rest of us, it looks like there's only one thing left for us to do.
Go in at nighttime and bomb the hell out of it.
Billy Jack returns to the land and to the ancient rituals of his forefathers to find the peace he longs for.
You are going to descend to the cave of the dead, where our people were massacred. The souls of these dead reek for vengeance, and they will know your heart. If it is that of a white man, you will not survive. Beware, most of all, the red-eyed demon. By his screams you will know him. He is the most powerful of all the demons.
Somebody one time told me that if there's absolutely no way that you can get out of taking a terrible beating, the only intelligent thing for you to do is to try to get in the first place. Chappaquiddick, or all the crooks with Nixon and Watergate. Things went right on. People forget.
Pick it up.
Did you really expect us to shoot college kids?
Fire away!
Where there is power, there can never be love. And where there is love, there's no need for power.
Taking up right where Billy Jack left off, The Trial of Billy Jack. Quite possibly the most explosive film of our time.
And now, the main attraction.
So, girls, how's life going?
Well, it's going good. How about you?
Oh, it's going good too.
Great. That's what I like to hear from you guys. You two are best friends.
Well, of course we are.
That's awesome. So, have you boys seen the razor wire scene from Saw?
What, you? That's pretty disturbing and disgusting.
Yeah, that guy in the razor wire maze looks like the Pepsi drinking guy from Pepsi Man.
Yes, that fat dude from Pepsi Man was bleeding to death with that razor wire maze.
And that fatty dude also looks like Hal McQuiggan without his glasses and his clothes as well.
That's gross, boys. So, I heard that Stephanie, Pedro, and Edro are watching a really horrible animated movie from the 2000s.
Let me guess, they're watching Happily Never After, an obvious Shrek ripoff.
Oh dear. They're going to be in a heap of trouble. Call their parents to ground them, but first, let's go inside the theater to punish the troublemakers.
You got it.
So, boys, do you hear anything?
Oh yes. I hear some kind of movie, along with the trio troublemakers. So, is everyone ready to punish Stephanie, Pedro, and Edro for watching a horrid animated movie from the millennium?
Oh yes, we were born ready. So, let's get inside the theater, ladies and gentlemen.
Great. Come on.
Wow. This movie is a lot better than Shrek. Don't you think? Yep. I totally agree with you, Stephanie.
Me too, girl. This movie is very awesome as hell.
Kids, how dare you watch Happily Never After? You know that movie is a total rip-off of Shrek, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and other fairy tale movies as well.
Yep, you three are in deep trouble.
I agree with Kirby and Toad. We're about to call your parents to ground you.
Stephanie, Pedro, Edro, your fathers are here to punish you.
Stephanie, Pedro, Edro, how dare you watch Happily Never After without our permission? You know that movie is a rip-off of Shrek and other good fairy tale movies.
Yeah. I agree with Mr. Gavin. Stephanie's dad, you kids are so grounded for 6 weeks. This means we will not see Mortal Kombat when it comes out in theaters this April. Let's go home right now.
Wow. These little kids are such jerky brats, aren't they?
Oh yes, Curbs. And this time, they'll pay for it.
Yep. You got that right, Toady boy. These kids are horrid.
me, Mario!